about to leave. Already packing, come with me.
Hey, welcome back. If you're new here, I'm Kristin, this is Ryan, and we have 10 kids. Y'all, we are on an RV trip, which is our happy place. And we were so happy starting out this morning, but it's been a rough day. We're on our way to Virginia. That's our first place that we're gonna stay like a week, but we planned 3 stops along the way. We were supposed to make it near Jackson, Mississippi today, and that did not happen. Why?
Sure, we didn't even get close. My truck was overheating. So, last time we pulled the RV, I think has been over a year ago. So apparently I've had some kind of problem with something with the exhaust and the coolant. I'm losing coolant through my exhaust. I didn't know it because on the day-to-day basis I'm not pulling anything big, but when I started pulling that fifth wheel, 19,000 pounds, that overheated my engine within what? An hour into it, or an hour and a half?
It might have been an hour and a half. He called and said his truck was overheated and he had to pull over. The nearest convenience store was like 8 minutes away from where he was, so thankfully we're in 2 vehicles. If you've been with us long, you might know how we travel. I typically drive the 15-passenger van with the kids, and he drives the truck and pulls the fifth wheel. So today that worked great to have another vehicle, or else you would have really been stranded.
Yeah.
So we went and got coolant, and we didn't know that it was leaking yet. We just thought he was out of coolant. So we went and got that, brought him some back, and he realized, that didn't fill it up very much. So we all drove back to that convenience store, got more coolant. He filled it up more. That lasted maybe a couple hours or hour and a half.
An hour.
An hour, okay.
Yep.
Anyway, we did a lot of running this guy coolant. How many bottles?
At least 10.
At least 10 bottles.
Containers of coolant.
So, all that to say, the last time he broke down on the side of the road and called me, we were like, we're gonna do good to just maybe get to an RV park. I found the nearest RV park, called. They didn't answer. We were both trying to call automobile repairmen. Most of them were like, I'm not working anymore, or didn't answer, or they only worked on 18-wheelers. Thankfully, we're off I-20 where there's a ton of mobile mechanics around here. So anyways, then the RV park nearest, Ryan called me back, and it was great. She felt so sorry for us and gave us a discounted rate, and then she asked my most awful question. She said, so it's you and your husband? And I knew where that was going, and I was like, no, don't let her ask. I said, yes, and kids. And she said, how many kids? And I was like, So I just went ahead and said, please don't rule us out. I promise my kids are well behaved. She's like, oh, it's fine. And I said, it's 10 kids. And she goes, oh, 10. I don't know if we can do 10. And I was like, I promise they're well behaved, blah, blah, blah. And she's like, yeah, I don't know. And I was like, okay, look us up. Rolling by the Dozen RV Park. We actually own an RV park. And I totally understand, because I kind of cringe when people come to our park with kids, like 2 kids. So I get it. But I promise they're well behaved. And they understand, because we own an RV park. So she's like, well, it's gonna be like $5 extra a person, blah, blah, blah. I'm like, totally fine. We'll pay whatever. So I haven't even looked. I don't even know how much she charged me, but she's like, I'm gonna only charge you for $5. I'm like, I appreciate that. Thank you. So we'll see. I need to go look at that charge. So the original was $54, so it might be like $100, but whatever. We made it barely to this RV park. And then a mobile mechanic who could not come and work on his truck on the side of I-20 because of insurance. He can't work on the side of an interstate. I called him back and said, well, can you work on it at an RV park? He said, yes, I can. So, miracle worker, he came out and figured out the problem, ordered a part. He says he can get it tomorrow, and it's the weekend, so that's a miracle, and he thinks he can get us back up and going. So we're hopeful, but you know,
We definitely hope we can give y'all a good update.
yeah. But we're the kind of people who, I don't know, when you have 10 kids, nothing ever goes really as planned, and you don't really even have like a solid plan. You just have like a somewhat plan, and you just know you're gonna have to adjust. I mean, I wasn't like hoping for this today, and it was stressful, I'm not gonna lie, but none of us freaked out. Kids were cool.
Kids know that they have to roll with the punches, because in a family this big, not everything's gonna go your way.
Yep, you'll be planning to do something, and then all of a sudden a kid starts puking, and you're like, oh, we can't go now. So yeah, that's how it is with a big family. So we're hoping to get back on our trip. Our plan B is to tow the RV home, tow the truck home, go home in the van and make sure they got home. I think home is, what, 4 hours from here-ish?
About 4 hours.
And then book like an Airbnb and at least go to New York, because I paid $1,300 for us to go see The Lion King. That's the only thing I purchased so far, and that was to get the very back seats at Broadway. So we're like, we are going to New York, and Manning really wants to go to Washington DC. This is kind of his graduation trip, so we'll at least try to hit up those two and travel some other way if our RV trip doesn't work out. But we are hoping to take you along and to tell you that we're rolling tomorrow, or even the next day, if just we could be rolling again with
Just
RV.
rolling, period.
Yeah, so that's that. We're out at a nice little playground. Boys are playing badminton, girls on the playground. Precious, our dog, is enjoying herself, and we told the kids, don't scream, be super quiet, don't slam the door a lot. Like, you heard the lady over speaker, like, we love y'all, we're okay with having 10 kids, but they're not okay with it, so like, be like super quiet. So they're all like, yeah. Except for Bravely was yelling earlier because she doesn't remember the drill. She was like 1 when we traveled, and I'm like, Bravely, didn't yell. So anyway, we will take you along for this crazy mishap. We were not planning to take you along until we got somewhere cool, but welcome early, because this is crazy. I know I told you I would show you music lessons and stuff next, but didn't have time for that preparing for this trip, so that will be in the future, probably after this trip. Nice little playground. Okay, show me how you can cross those monkey bars, girl. I need to see how you can do it, River. Nice. I remember just like a year ago when you were nervous to cross. Very good. That's awesome. Okay, what does Precious think of the park?
Well, she's scared of the rocks.
Ah, scared of the rocks.
That's like the grass.
That's really funny.
What?
Okay, and this is our badminton net from home that the boys brought. Got it all set up. Okay, since speaking of badminton, this is kind of a funny story. When I was in school, I was in choir. All my friends were in band, so they marched. So they did not have to take PE in high school. I did not know I had to take PE, so I got to my senior year and realized I had to have a PE credit. So it was kind of embarrassing to me. As a 18-year-old, I had to be in PE. And I am not a sportsy person. And so my coach, I loved him, Coach Spoon. He's passed away now, but he was great. And he had been my geography teacher. And he said, Kristin, you have got to learn one sport. One, you can pick any sport you want, but under my watch, you're gonna learn one sport. And I was like, oh. And so I took up badminton because I do not like balls flying at me. And you know, the little birdie comes like really slow and you can just like watch it and hit it, and it doesn't like hit you in the face like a ball would. And so that was the one sport I learned how to play. So there you have it. Pretty funny. And you'd probably be the same, huh?
Yeah.
Tapestry.
I don't really have hand-eye coordination at all. So.
Yeah, Tapestry, same as me. I see her with a ball flying at her and she's like, and I'm like, oh, sorry, I did not mean to pass that to you, but apparently I did. So anyway, we are walking the dog around the park and getting us a little walk in, me and the older girls. Do you know where it's at? Mercy's shoe is lost in the rocks. Somehow our little girls thought it would be a great idea to hide each other's shoes in these rocks, and now we have missing shoes. Okay, it's 9 a.m. and the mobile auto repair guy is back with our part, so hopefully we'll get up and going today. Okay, lunchtime, and I just found out the girls are under here. I guess y'all found the shade, huh?
It's very comfy.
It's comfy. That's hilarious. The kids are eating lunch, and I have a little update. It is almost noon, and the guy almost has it fixed, so we are going to do something crazy. If he does get it fixed, we're going to attempt driving 9 hours and getting to our next RV park that we would have arrived at tonight. So we'd probably get there pretty late, maybe midnight or 1, but then we'd be back on track. And so we're thinking about just going for it as long as the truck is working well. We shall see. We've got inside eaters and outside eaters. Can you reach? Okay, we're back up and rolling. It's about 1:40. We're gonna try to do this 9-hour drive, see if we're crazy.
Oh, that's crazy.
Yeah, we may or may not, but he tested it out on the road and gave it some good gas and it did not overheat, so we're hopeful.
Yep.
Here we roll. Okay, we've made it pretty far, but we still have about 5 hours left. If we're gonna make it tonight, we'll see. But we're stopped for supper at a convenience store slash Subway slash pizza.
Hamburgers too.
Hamburgers too, yeah.
Hamburger like Bravely.
Nice. Y'all's food good?
Yeah.
How is it, ladies and gentlemen?
Yeah.
Is that good pizza?
Yeah.
Cool. Okay, guys, welcome to Sweet Home, Alabama. Woo-wee! Woo! It is 10:30 p.m. and we have about 3 hours left. We're feeling pretty good, so we're gonna keep going for it. We're stopped at a Love's. Kids are going potty. Rhythm is over here filling up diesel for me. Ryan's in the truck stop part, filling up diesel in his truck. Okay. Tapestry just took Precious for a walk, and yeah, it's a going. Well, I think Ryan will probably get coffee, and I'm gonna sneak into the RV to get my cold brew coffee. So it's good. It is 4:36 Georgia time, 3:36 Texas time. We are tired. We're about to go to sleep, maybe get up around 10:30 and then head out around 12 or 1. So thanks for coming along on this crazy start to our trip. Hopefully you'll come back and enjoy the actual fun part of the trip. Hope that you're doing well, and we'll see you next time.